I had always taken pride in my work. As a law enforcement officer, I patrolled the streets, protecting my community while building a home with my wife, Leena, and our young son. I believed our marriage was strong, built on trust, honesty, and shared responsibility. I never imagined betrayal could strike so close to home. The first hint came during my routine patrols. Leena had grown distant, defensive over small questions, and secretive with her phone. At first, I rationalized her behavior: stress, fatigue, perhaps social obligations. But an uneasy feeling in my chest told me something was wrong. One evening, after a long shift, I returned to my SUV parked in the driveway. I noticed unusual activity inside the vehicle. As I approached, my worst fears were confirmed. Leena was not alone. Another man, unfamiliar and audacious, sat beside her. Their behavior was intimate, deliberate, and shocking. I froze. My own SUV, a symbol of my duty and pride, had become the setting of betrayal. The anger and disbelief were immediate, yet I forced myself to remain calm. Any rash action would play into their hands. I needed strategy. I withdrew quietly and called my lawyer. I explained the situation, documenting the scene with my phone and noting every detail. Messages, emails, and call records were collected. I ensured that no evidence could be denied, that the proof of her betrayal would be undeniable in any confrontation. I realized that patience and planning would amplify the impact of my revenge. The following days were tense. Leena and her lover acted as if nothing had happened, unaware that I had discovered the truth. I monitored interactions, gathering proof of meetings, secret calls, and manipulations. The web of deceit was extensive, and the more I uncovered, the more carefully I plotted my next step. Then came the decisive moment. Leena and her lover returned to the SUV, confident that I was unaware. I approached the vehicle calmly, phone in hand, documenting everything. I did not shout or act violently. Instead, I stepped forward and revealed the collected evidence: messages, recordings, and photos, confronting both of them in a precise and calculated manner. Leena's face turned pale. The lover froze. The humiliation was immediate. I did not stop there. I filed for divorce, full custody of our child, and reclaimed full control over all shared assets. Leena attempted to negotiate, claiming regret and promising to change, but the evidence was overwhelming. She had misjudged the extent of my preparation and the consequences of her actions. The court proceedings confirmed my position. Full custody was awarded, property and finances were secured, and her influence over our family was permanently removed. Months later, I rebuilt stability in my home. My child and I focused on healing, trust, and routine. The SUV, once a symbol of betrayal, became a reminder of careful observation, patience, and strategic action. Every corner of my home reflected resilience and regained control. Leena occasionally tried to contact me, seeking reconciliation or sympathy, but I remained resolute. The betrayal was clear, and the consequences were final. The revenge was brutal not through violence, but through exposure, accountability, and reclaiming control. Leena had believed she could manipulate, deceive, and humiliate me, but her actions led to the complete dismantling of her plans. Justice was served calmly, decisively, and publicly. Today, my child and I thrive. The experience taught me that betrayal, no matter how intimate or shocking, can be countered with patience, strategic planning, and precise execution. It is not anger, but calculated action that delivers true revenge.